In the high-stakes world where American politics and cutting-edge technology collide, power struggles often play out in the public eye, but few have captured the nation's attention quite like this one. The relationship between President Donald Trump and billionaire innovator Elon Musk has been nothing short of explosive, marked by moments of cooperation, but also by deep public rifts that have sent shockwaves through both Washington and Silicon Valley. Once, they stood as unlikely allies. Musk, the visionary behind Tesla and SpaceX, even accepted a formal advisory role in Trump's administration, hoping to influence policy from within. But that partnership came to a dramatic end in June 2025, when simmering tensions finally boiled over, erupting into a very public digital war. The breaking point was Trump's ambitious One Big Beautiful Bill, a sweeping tax and spending package that promised to reshape the American economy. Musk, however, saw the bill as reckless, fiscally irresponsible, and a direct threat to innovation and business growth. Refusing to stay silent, Musk took his grievances to the public square, launching a series of direct, aggressive attacks on social media. His posts were sharp, unfiltered, and relentless, shocking many who had long viewed him as a Trump supporter and confidant. The feud quickly dominated headlines across the country, raising urgent questions about the future of Musk's companies, which depended heavily on lucrative government contracts for survival and growth. At the same time, Trump faced mounting pressure to maintain his coalition of influential allies in the business world, as the rift with Musk threatened to undermine his image as a dealmaker and disruptor. With the nation watching, the stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, one with unpredictable consequences for the future of American leadership, technology, and the balance of power itself. Elon Musk didn't hold back his feelings, unleashing a scathing attack on Trump's latest bill by branding it a disgusting abomination. His words were sharp, calculated to sting, and they quickly reverberated across social media and news outlets. Musk, never one to shy away from controversy, made it clear he believed the bill was a betrayal of core American values. He accused the administration of abandoning any sense of fiscal responsibility, arguing that the bill was packed with wasteful spending and political favors. Musk's criticism wasn't just about numbers. It was about what he saw as a fundamental disregard for the nation's future. Then, in a move that shocked even his closest followers, Musk escalated his rhetoric and called for Trump's impeachment. This was a stunning turn, especially coming from someone who had recently been seen as an insider with access to the highest levels of government. But Musk didn't stop there. He made an explosive, unsubstantiated claim, suggesting Trump was somehow linked to the sealed Jeffrey Epstein files. With this, Musk crossed a line, moving from policy criticism into the realm of conspiracy, and sending shockwaves through political circles. The internet erupted. Musk's posts ignited a firestorm of debate, with critics accusing him of recklessness, irresponsibility, and even endangering national discourse. Some called his actions dangerous, warning of the consequences of spreading unverified claims. Yet, at the same time, Musk's supporters rallied behind him, hailing him as a truth-teller willing to challenge the powerful and expose uncomfortable truths. They flooded social media with praise, arguing that Musk was finally saying what others were too afraid to voice. News outlets around the world dissected every post and statement, with analysts debating Musk's motives and the potential fallout. Meanwhile, the White House scrambled to craft a response, caught off guard by the speed and intensity of the controversy. The Epstein claim dominated headlines, forcing Trump's team to issue immediate and forceful denials. The story energized Trump's opponents, who seized on Musk's words to fuel their own calls for accountability and investigation. In just a matter of hours, Musk had transformed from a government insider to Trump's most unpredictable and vocal antagonist, shaking up the political landscape in ways few could have predicted. The stage was set for a dramatic and powerful White House response, as the nation braced for what would come next in this rapidly escalating saga. Trump's response was swift and punishing. He threatened to cut government contracts and subsidies vital to Musk's companies, making clear that defiance would have severe financial consequences. Trump also warned of political isolation if Musk backed challengers to Republican incumbents. In a blunt interview, Trump declared his relationship with Musk over, slamming the door on reconciliation. The market reacted, with Musk's company's stock prices wavering amid the new political risk. The feud had escalated from social media to a direct clash with the executive branch. Musk now faced a stark choice: continue his crusade and risk his empire, or retreat. Just as quickly as the feud erupted, it began to subside. The media, which had been saturated with coverage of the escalating conflict, now shifted its focus to the sudden calm. Viewers and readers who had been glued to every update watched as the story took an unexpected turn toward resolution. Musk deleted his most inflammatory posts, including the Epstein claim and impeachment call, signaling retreat. The digital traces of the feud began to vanish, as if trying to erase the memory of the heated exchanges. This act was more than just damage control. It was a public acknowledgement that the situation had gone too far. He pivoted, amplifying the administration's messaging on law and order during LA immigration protests, seeking common ground. By aligning himself with the government's stance, Musk attempted to redirect the narrative, showing a willingness to cooperate and de-escalate. This move was seen by many as a strategic effort to mend fences and restore his public image. On June 11th, Musk publicly apologized. "I regret some of my posts about President at Real Donald Trump last week. They went too far." The apology, delivered both online and in interviews, was a rare moment of humility from a figure known for his defiance. It was a calculated gesture, aimed at diffusing tensions and signaling a desire to move forward. The White House claimed victory, and Trump softened his tone, calling their relationship great and wishing Musk well. The public display of reconciliation was as much about optics as it was about substance, reassuring supporters and investors that stability had returned. The public war was over, at least for now, with both sides preserving what mattered most: business interests and political capital. Investors breathed a sigh of relief as markets steadied, and political allies on both sides touted the outcome as a win for diplomacy and pragmatism. The underlying tensions remained, but the immediate crisis had passed. Behind closed doors, negotiations and careful conversations continued, as both parties worked to ensure that such a public clash would not erupt again anytime soon. The great de-escalation was complete. For now, a fragile peace had been restored, and the world watched, wondering how long it would last. Before the feud, Musk was a key player in Trump's administration, leading the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, his own creation. Musk's chainsaw era at DOGE was marked by aggressive cost-cutting, firing underperformers, and importing loyalists from Tesla and SpaceX. His tactics sparked friction with career civil servants, but were celebrated by supporters as a necessary shock to the system. Musk, dubbed the Dodge Father, left DOGE in May 2025, honored by Trump in a surreal Oval Office ceremony. DOGE's influence endures, with Musk's operatives now embedded across federal agencies, continuing his mission to streamline government. The legacy, a leaner, more centralized bureaucracy, controversial but lasting. Musk's impact on Washington remains, even after his departure. The truce didn't resolve the core conflict. Musk still sees Trump's one big beautiful bill as fiscally reckless. He continues to voice criticism, now more subtly, sharing analysis and satire that challenge the administration's economic policies. The divide is clear. Trump prioritizes popular tax cuts and spending, while Musk champions long-term efficiency and fiscal discipline. DOGE, now more powerful and less transparent after a Supreme Court ruling, remains a source of tension. Musk's creation is now a formidable tool under White House control, potentially used for purposes he may not support. The uneasy peace is more ceasefire than true reconciliation. The legacy of DOGE and the ideological rift endures. The rapid de-escalation wasn't accidental. Key figures worked behind the scenes to broker peace. Vice President J.D. Vance played mediator, publicly urging Musk to chill out a little bit, to which Musk replied simply, "Cool." This brief exchange signaled both sides' willingness to step back. Katie Miller, with deep ties to both camps, acted as a private back channel, smoothing communication. Musk's refollowing of Stephen Miller on social media was another gesture toward reconciliation. Advisors warned Musk of the risks of a prolonged war with the government. These peacemakers were essential in steering both men away from disaster. The Musk-Trump feud and reconciliation highlight the immense stakes for business, politics, and the nation. For Musk, the episode underscored his company's vulnerability to political pressure. Tesla's stock rebounded as the feud cooled. For Trump, keeping Musk as an ally bolstered his image and appeal to younger, tech-savvy voters. Doge's ongoing influence marks a permanent shift in federal power, centralizing authority and data, celebrated by some, feared by others. The alliance remains fragile, built on mutual interest, not shared ideology. Their public clash is a case study in the interplay of technology, media, and political power. As two of the era's most influential figures, their next moves will continue to shape the nation's future.